After the end of day 4 at the second test against West Indies home, India needs to come back into the position and win from here. West Indies needs 289 runs to win. India had bowled out the West Indies for 255 in the first innings thanks to Mohammad Siraj's last-minute outburst. Then Indian batters took the charge and declared the second innings after a blitzkrieg scoring of 181 runs at the loss of 2 wickets, where Ishan Kishan and captain Rohit Sharma each scored a 50. Now West Indies is at 76 runs at the loss of 2 wickets. And as the scorecard tells you, that India will be putting all their wrap their things and put the pressure at the Queen's Park Oval. Well, joining us are two important guests. One is an Indian senior journalist who's out there to cover the series, Vimal Kumar, and we have Jelani, who's a senior cricket correspondent from Port of Spain. But my first question on to Vimal Kumar. Vimal, let's understand how the things have panned out in the last 24 hours, considering that India was bowling their hearts out and West Indies were playing it for a draw. Your views, Vimal?
Thank you so much, Sunil, for having me once again all the way from Port of Spain. And I'm really glad that I'm speaking to all the audiences way back home, missing home. So it's always nice to interact with all the fans. Yes, as you rightly pointed out, that there was a bit of more urgency in Indian approach that was reflected the way they performed in the first session. Obviously, the game was interrupted by rain in between. But I think despite all those distractions, India managed to keep their focus on the game. Their intent was quite visible, especially led by Mohammad Siraj. And this is what exactly, Sunil, if you remember, we had discussed about. Okay, the first session was going to be crucial, and it proved to be crucial for West Indies. So I think Mohammad Siraj bowled outstandingly well, and when he came for the press conference, he was very pleased. He told us that yes, this performance he rates very highly because he is the most experienced guy and he takes these challenges. When I asked him this question, that whether it puts him under pressure because Shami has been rested, Bumrah is not there, he said, no, I enjoy that. This kind of condition where I want to raise my game, help my team win. So that was fantastic, Sunil. And in fact, the Blackwood also admitted that it was Siraj's spell which was very crucial.
Well, very interestingly, you predicted that that in the first hour, Indian bowlers would be in hurry and there'll be a sudden burst of attack. Or that thing really came out true. Your views on that? Would you like to reflect?
See, I'm not an expert, Sunil, honestly, and can't predict. Cricket is such a glorious game of uncertainty, as you know. But yes, when you're watching the game, when you're interacting with the team members, then you get some idea. So I think I spoke to many players when they were going for the team bus, and I could sense the mood. Team looks very confident. It's not, yesterday we were talking about if there is a possibility of draw, that draw possibility is gone unless and until rain god saves West Indies. And I think West Indies will have to bat extraordinarily well, because I think with this Indian attack, Ashwin, Jadeja, they are on the verge of history because they have already gone to 500 wicket club as a pair. They have just 1 wicket behind Harbhajan and Anil Kumble, great Anil Kumble, 501 wicket. They will become the most successful pair in the history of. That will be something which will motivate these two players. So I think it will be a tough ask. I think if I won't be surprised, although it's highly unlikely, India might wrap it up just before lunch. If not just before the lunch, maybe before tea. Unless and until it depends on rain. The rain prediction is always there. So it depends on rain. I think West Indies, if West Indies can stretch it as late as possible, I think that will be sort of, a good fight back from them.
Well, that's an interesting observation. Let's go to Jelani Beckles, who's joining us live from Port of Spain. It's midnight there. Jelani, there were some harsh words from Vimal, some observations saying that India can wrap it up before the lunchtime. Do you believe that?
Hi, good night, Sunil. Thanks again for having me on the cricket show. Yes, well, I hope that West Indies could push it beyond the lunch break, but things do not, I have to agree with Vimal, things do not look very promising for the West Indies team. but it is the rainy season in Trinidad, and hopefully the players could look in the sky and hope some rain could come their way tomorrow, and hopefully they show some fight as well.
Well,
But I expect India to win tomorrow.
Well, absolutely. You expect India to win. So does many fans out here in India. But one interesting point we want to highlight, that this time West Indies definitely put up a fight. And what was the reason? Is it because of the aggressive intent? What we saw in the first 10 overs, the skipper was actually going for runs. Was that a bright spot of the West Indies second inning batting?
Yes, definitely so. But it couldn't get any worse than what we saw from the West Indies in the first Test match in Dominica. So the team overall in the second Test match has been they showed a lot more fight in this game, and we saw some fight again. We lost 2 early wickets today, but again, Blackwood is playing with his usual. He's coming into his own in this Test match, playing like how we normally see him play, playing some shots. Chandapol is very patient, but I think overall, I think the West Indies fans will be generally pleased with each fight that they showed. It may not end in a win for the team, but I think they have been fighting, and it's all that the fans can ask for.
Absolutely.
To show some more fight.
Fight is what the fans ask for. Very true. And certainly that's the reason why you get so much of eyeballs for WTC finals and the Ashes series and the India-Pakistan. But take a step back. Just take us through the player your skipper is, because yesterday what we saw was a lot of aggression coming from him. Although it's one-sided aggression, he didn't get too much of support. Just give us a little background about where he's come from, how he's played over the years, and suddenly his demeanor on the field.
Yes, well, Craig Brathwaite, when he started his career more than 10 years ago, he was a very, very, very patient batsman. But over the last few years, we've seen a lot more aggression from him. He's learned better. He's learned how to rotate his strike. He's been scoring at a fairly decent strike rate in the last couple of years, but over the last few months, he sort of fell back to his old ways. So it was nice to see him this morning, really playing, and he may have felt a bit pressured to play a little more aggressively because Chandapol on the other end was batting very slowly. So I guess he felt like he needed to take it upon himself as the captain to play some more shots and be aggressive and try to pull off a remarkable victory.
Absolutely, try to pull up a remarkable victory if that happens. But it looks a little challenging as of now. But also, let's spend some time on the Indian bowler. I mean, especially Siraj. When you look at him, he's not beyond 20 tests, and he's been leading the pack of the fast bowling. And you saw what he did yesterday in the first hour. Do you think it's come of age that India has started producing more and more quality bowlers? I mean, we are not even now talking of Bhuvneshwar Kumar and the other Mohammad Shami and Bumrah. Here we are talking about Siraj leading the pack and then destroying the batting order. Your views?
Yes, as you rightly said, Sunil, India are missing their frontline fast bowlers. Jasprit Bumrah is not around in this series, neither Mohammad Shami. So Siraj has the most experience of the lot that's in the West Indies, and he's really led from the front today. The Mukesh Kumar is on debut, yes. And the other fast bowler only has a couple test matches under his belt. So he's really giving his selectors something to think about when they have all their full complement of players for the other test series coming up. But he really bowled brilliantly. There were some overcast skies this morning, and he really made full use of the conditions this morning.
Well, Jelani, one more question. Do you think India is going through a period of problem of plenty, which means that you've got an Indian A team and you've got some of the reserves in every field where, if there is an injury, there are 2 or 3 options available. Do you think it reminds us of West Indies, where you had a fast bowler who went out of the injury and you had 2 equally good bowlers coming in? Do you think India is going through that phase?
Oh, definitely so. They have a lot of riches, a lot of resources right now in Indian cricket, but we have to remind ourselves that West Indies is not the greatest team in the world right now. So India may be looking dominant, but we have to remember West Indies they are not the greatest team in the world currently. So, but it is good that the players in this current Indian team are giving their selectors something to think about when they have their full players back for stronger teams in the coming months.
Well, interestingly, let's go back to Vimal Kumar, who's joining us again from Port of Spain. It's night out there. Vimal, if you can hear us now, where do we go from here? Your views.
Where we go from here? That's interesting. I think the way India has played today after a not so great day on the third day, as we had discussed.
Yes.
So it is remarkable, and you could see the field placement. I saw that Rohit Sharma going with eight fielders on the offside, attacking field, only just 2 onside. The intent was quite visible. I was watching it from press conference. There was a one edge which went between slip and wicketkeeper, and then I saw that Ishan Kishan was running like a athlete, and then Ajinkya Rahane chasing, and also from the third man Mohammad Siraj was running as well. So you could see the intent. Anyone could have relaxed. A young wicketkeeper going all the way from his wicket-keeping position till the boundary. A senior veteran, a slip fielder. He didn't have to run, but he also ran fiercely. And Mohammad Siraj, a young fast bowler, he could have afforded to have some rest because he saw that 2 players were already chasing the ball, but he also gave it a try. That for me, when I saw that for me sums up the intent of this Indian team. We speak about all the intent, and I think if that remains the same in the next day, and which I'm hopeful that will be the case, India should not have any problem in winning this test match.
Vimal, that was very interesting point you raised, that the intent is there, the aggression is there, and certainly you see fielders running with a lot more aggression like sprinters. Now, when we look back, when everything is done, India has won the test. According to you, that India will win by the lunchtime, and of course we're going to come back to you if it proceeds to tea time, even if there is no rain. We'll come back to that. But more importantly, what are the positives and what are the highs of this test match that India should take back? Your views, Vimal.
I think, Sunil, lots of positive. You are talking about positive. See, the positives, for me, the biggest positive was the bold intention of Captain Rohit Sharma. If you look at the way he started, it was his fastest 50. Yes. Rohit has never scored at such a quicker pace. It just seemed like he was batting in the T20 or ODIs. And that has been, Rohit has been trying to do aggressor's role. Remember, there is always a danger of missing out a big 100, but Rohit is playing for the team. Today he got half century and then got out. And then later on, as Mohammad Siraj pointed out, Ishan Kishan's inning was fantastic. I spoke to Ishan just informally. He was going there, very pleased. And this 50 has come at a very crucial time because we don't know about the status of Rishabh Pant, how fit he will be when India tours South Africa. But Ishan Kishan has definitely done his case very. He has made his case very stronger when India is going to South Africa because his wicket keeping has improved. Quick fire 50, So lots of positive, and obviously Mohammad Siraj and all that. Mukesh Kumar bowled well. So lots of positive, Sunil.
Well, thank you, Vimal. That's all we had time for. Thank you, Jilani, from joining us live from Port of Spain.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.